With all these signs that was put out for Pioneer Day, I'm surprised Stan didn't know what day it is. The car behind Stan's car wasn't a wagon.
They've circled the wagons! No!
No! Also, why are these wagons driving in circles? Did they know they would trap Stan's car for the reveal? For some reason, Dipper has a postcard that matches the photo to what we see.
I now pronounce you man and wife.
Well, this is the closest thing kids shows has came with non-common marriage.
In Gravity Falls, it used to be legal to marry woodpeckers.
Oh, it's still legal. Very legal.
Great. Now I'm going to spend the rest of the day thinking about that guy f***ing a woodpecker.
Oh no! Police! My purse!
Ring, 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 ring!
These guys are so oblivious, I wonder why these guys are cops.
Donkey boy, give me a hand with my car, huh?
Here in 1863, I have never heard tell of a car.
Look, I get that people would act like they're in the year they're celebrating, but there's a time when it's too far. Derlin changed his clothes quickly because he was wearing this a minute ago.
What are you gonna do? Throw me in yeast stocks? Oh, come on!
What the f*** is Gideon wearing?
Why, Stanford, I'm just a humble tomato farmer selling his wares.
If you're supposed to be a tomato farmer, you're certainly out of costume.
Pioneer Day!
Pioneer Day?
Do you think I'm silly?
Well, there's nothing wrong being silly.
Come on, Mabel, you love that sweater.
I did before Pacifica ruined it for me. She ruins everything.
It's not just that, but she's also rich, which is embracing the stereotype.
I feel like I read something about Pacifica's great-great-grandfather before.
Journal number 3 Ex Machina.
In my investigations, I recently made a discovery. Nathaniel Northwest may not be the founder of Gravity Falls.
Why would the author of the journal, someone who studies the supernatural beings, investigate whenever or not Nathaniel Northwest is the founder of this town? I can't read that writing. Wait, is that writing? Or just gibberish so it seems the author has written something? Mystery screen guy who don't want to expose the cover-up remains mysterious. Seriously, who the f*** is this guy?
Of course! The triangle is the alchemist's symbol for flame. Lighting the parchment on fire will reveal the secret message.
It turns out all you have to do is make a paper hat. And since Dipper thinks this is an alchemist trick, wouldn't the author thought of this and also burn the paper? Also, I tried to look to see what this fire symbol is in the alchemist symbols, but either way, that symbol does not match this triangle.
We were on the lookout for 2 kids who might be reading.
That's about 60% of this library.
This map should lead us to the Gravity Falls Museum of History.
I mean, it's impressive that you assumed this map would lead you to Gravity Falls Museum, but that could be anything.
We're gonna have to break in.
Easiest break-in ever.
I have a feeling those cops weren't at the library to check out books.
I don't think the one with the bell can read.
What give that away? Didn't we saw that painting in the library? That abstract painting isn't the same as we see it upside down. A head rush isn't this painful, plus you only were upside down for 10 seconds.
Why did we even come?
Because of the mission you're supposed to do.
I promise, those kids will never get past us.
Irony. Can I tell you what's a great mystery? How these guys became responsible to make sure no one finds out the real founder of Gravity Falls.
For the last time, we are not going south for the winter. Our home is here.
Married man, bird troubles. Where did Stan gotten that hair clip? Did he have one in his mouth?
There we go.
Impossible. You have to be extra silly to think about putting your nose onto a statue.
Look out for booby traps.
Ha! Booby traps.
Person thinks the word booby traps is funny cliche. This is Indiana Jones level of luck. Hell, I would have added 100 sins if they put a giant boulder to run away from.
Oh man, Ben Franklin secretly was a woman.
You're saying that like you thought of that before. Dipper reads the important parts of Nathaniel Northwest, but what's interesting in this information is that he's an idiot who often hit himself with oars, became a mayor of Gravity Falls after a blackout, and died from choking a bark of wood. And while on the paper, this paper talks about other secrets such as the US president being Santa Claus and Mount Rushmore being a giant robot, when this paper is about the Northwest cover-up. This one is true, kids? Did the people who made this document knew that this would be read by children?
He got hit with quite a few of those darts.
I'm surprised he made it this far, and Blubs didn't got hit by any of those darts. Blubs keeps an old film of secrets in his hat.
If you're watching this, then you are one of 8 people in these United States with clearance to view this information. I myself will be shot as soon as the filming is complete. What? No? Oh, well, that's a relief.
They lied.
Quentin Tremblay, the 8th-and-a-half president of the United States.
How can someone be half a president?
After winning the 1837 election in a landslide,
Literally.
he waged war on pancakes, appointed 6 babies to the Supreme Court, and issued the Emancipation Proclamation.
That's the stupidest thing I ever heard. No wonder he's forgotten.
The only thing we have to fear is gigantic, man-eating spiders!
This is surprisingly the rightest thing Quentin knows about.
The fool thought he could live forever by encasing himself in a block of solid peanut brittle.
Even though in this episode it turns out to be right, you still can't live forever by trapping yourself with peanut brittle. Also, this is the first time the cops entered this place. How did they know this is peanut brittle? Why on earth would the 2 police officers lock Dipper and Mabel in a giant box crate with the peanut brittle frozen Quentin Tremblay, eating 150-year-old peanut brittle? I know this guy would ban pants. If that's the case, why would he wear pants when he's frozen?
You're not silly. You're brilliant.
And so are you, dear girl, for following my clues and freeing me from my delicious tomb.
Let's talk about Quentin's riddles. To find his secret underground place, you have to find a paper in which you have to fold it into a map without any clue or idea that you have to do that. Then go to a museum that has a painting that you have to look upside down to find a statue of an angel. Then find that angel and place your nose onto its pointing finger. All of that is one of the fewest things anyone would do, even if that someone is retarded. Mabel is just lucky to fall off any of it.
Good thing I have the president's key, which can open any lock in America.
Not just a book that has all the information, but there's a key that unlocks all the locks.
That hole.
We will leap through it.
These 2 silly people try to get through a tiny hole. Woodpecker ex machina. 1 plank falls and the entire box is open.
Well, we didn't fit through the hole. Let's rebuild the box and try again.
Even in silly standards, that's just stupid.
Quentin, did you ever sign an official resignation?
No, sir. I ate a salamander and jumped out the window.
Even if he didn't sign a presidential resignation, Quentin still wouldn't stay president, especially with the cover-up.
As president of these several United States, I hereby order you to pretend none of this ever happened and go on a delightful vacation. Go!
This works.
As thanks, I'd like to make you an official U.S. congressman.
Once again, still not the president.
I'm legalizing everything.
Horrible idea. Trust me.
So I'd like you to have my president's key.
In which he would only use it in 2 different occasions in this series, one of them being in this episode.
And then he chased me around and spanked me with a paddle for like 3 hours. Bottom line, George Washington was a jerk.
George Washington wouldn't be alive during your time. Or maybe he thought someone was chasing with a paddle was George Washington, which makes him sillier.
Who is that idiot? The 8th-and-a-half president of America. I know what you're thinking. How is he still alive? Well, turns out you can hibernate in peanut brittle and
Even I wouldn't compare something that stupid.
I've learned that being silly is awesome.
Rather more like being illogical, because there is no way you could put on that sweater while wearing a top hat.
Hey, Pacifica!
Rich car stops for poor boy Dipper. Did the paper added more information about the Northwest cover-up? How the did that happen?
Just know that I'll always be right here.
E.T. everyone?
This is worthless.
It's less than worthless, my boy.
It's worse than worthless. And that's the last time we ever seen Quentin Chamberlain. And credits is about Quentin talking to babies.
This is a dark day for America.
Tell me about it.